Alright, so here we are. Qualifying is underway in the Austrian Grand Prix. Bottas, we got Hamilton to beat. Hamilton has set the fastest current time, so he is the target. Now, after our last race, you know, we kind of messed up in Monaco a little bit, alright? We had a little bit of an incident in Monaco. And, you know, we were having a pretty solid race, I believe. I believe the last one was the Canadian Grand Prix. We kind of fluffed it on the last corner. If you haven't already gone and watched that video, check it out. We were having a pretty solid race. I won't actually spoil it if you haven't seen the episode already. But it was a pretty good race. It was pretty fun, and there was some action-packed. Anyway, this is the Canadian Grand Prix. This is going to be Bottas once again, and we are just in the qualifying stage. Hamilton has set the current fastest time, who we are trying to beat, who we are 2 tenths down on him momentarily going into the final sector. And I kind of made a little bit of an error. I mentioned something in the last video that I thought had happened prior to this actual race, but it actually happened in this race. So, apologies, but we have just set the fastest lap of the qualifying going into P1 ahead of the Mercedes. So here we go.
Welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg. It's race day and the cars are already on the grid as the drivers complete their final preparation.
Alright, we gotta wait for 5 red lights, and it's go, go, go! I don't know if any of you guys played the old F1s with Maury commentating, but that was the great days, man. I used to play it all the time. I always remember the Sao Paulo race. It's like, go, go, you're going the wrong way. Oh, it's good time. Good times. But anyway, this is the Austrian Grand Prix, starting off in pole position. That's where we like to be. For some reason, I always do relatively well, like individual lap times. But when it comes to the actual race, oh mate, it's a different thing entirely. It's a different thing entirely. I don't know if it's because I push my tires far too much, or I just run wide occasionally, or maybe I'm just not as consistent as I should be when I'm driving. But I always seem to do okay in qualifying. Then when it comes to the actual races, like, I'm just not putting in consistent enough lap times. That seems to be my downfall. Now, I do know we've joined in, not at the very start of the season, you know. We started at Monaco, so we have missed, like, the first 5 or 6 races. But I want to do 2 seasons of this. So we've had a pretty good start in the first and second sector alone. We've got both of the Mercedes still behind us. So we've got Hamilton and Rosberg still looking at our booty. So hopefully we can continue this on. Cutting the final corner. Like on some races and on some tracks you get corner cutting warnings. And then on some tracks they really don't care. But a pretty solid first lap. Already building the gap up to 7 tenths. Now, we are still playing on expert difficulty. We may nudge it to legendary for season 2, but at the moment I'm quite happy on expert. And we've also, of course, got the damaged on reduced, which basically means if we do damage our nose cone or anything like that, we do have to pit. And I think it just makes it a little bit more challenging and a little bit more interesting. You know, I'm not going to win the championship, all right? I already know I'm not going to win the championship unless Hamilton and Rosberg and the Ferraris all mess up, or we possibly get, like, win every single race from now on. It's pretty much the only way we're going to win the championship. But hopefully we can, like, actually do relatively well. So I'm going to cut into lap 4. We were a little bit wide going into the final, or the penultimate corner. And Hamilton manages to slide it into first. We're only in lap 4. So, you know, a little mistake running a little bit wide. And Hamilton just pounces. Rosberg trying to put it on the inside. We're going to... He's actually through, but we've got the outpace. We've got the pace on the outing of that corner, and he's actually going to drop loads back. He drops pretty far back, and that then puts us back into second, chasing down Hamilton once again. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, this episode ends surely. What is going on? I mean, we are all over the back of Hamilton. We are trying to take him on. We are going to get through. We are going to make our move. It's coming. We are in the slipstream. We're going to put it on the inside, and this is going to, it should be pretty easy. We've got even the race in line, and there we go. We're back into first. That's where we want to be, man. Back into first position. Do this a little bit wide there, and that's not the best corner in the world. Hamilton's going to come through once again, and that's not too good news because we lost quite a bit of time running a little bit wide once again. Need to get back on the track. Rosberg's right next to us, and oh my god, it's oh fuck. And we're at the Grand Prix. That wasn't good. We tried to get back on the track and Rosberg nudged us. We went flying, smashed into the barrier. And that's put us out of the Grand Prix. This is from Rosberg's perspective. Just kind of nudged us in the back left rear. And out of the Grand Prix we go. And that's it for the Austrian Grand Prix. Rosberg ends up going on to win the race with Hamilton in second and the Ferraris in third and fourth. Massa, our teammate, at least finished in 5th position from starting in 10th, so he didn't do too bad. Look at Grosjean, starting in 18th and going up to 8th position. He did quite well. Hulkenberg didn't have the best of races there, but I mean, the Austrian Grand Prix didn't go really to plan, and we're going to stay 5th on the championship right now, behind the Mercedes and behind the Ferraris, and I'll see you soon.